So, when I say the word science, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Is it, textbooks, formulas, maybe a lab coat? Well, forget all that for a minute. Today, we're going to look at science as this incredible adventure, a way of seeing the world with total curiosity and a real spirit of exploration. Every huge scientific breakthrough, every single leap forward in how we understand the universe, it doesn't start with some crazy complex equation. Nope. It starts with a question. Usually a pretty simple one, sometimes a really weird one, but always a powerful question about the world we see every single day. Right? A question just like this? I mean, you've probably never even thought to ask that, but it's a real scientific puzzle hiding in plain sight. This just goes to show you that science isn't some far-off thing in a sterile lab. It's right there in your kitchen just waiting for you to get curious. And that is the absolute key right there. This isn't about acing a test or memorizing facts. It's just about letting your mind wonder. Absolutely anyone, and I mean anyone, can think like a scientist. All it really takes is to look at something, get a little curious, and just ask, why is that? Okay, so you've got this little spark of curiosity. Now what? Where do you go from there? Well, that first aha moment of wonder, that's just the starting line. It's the beginning of a journey that turns a simple question into a full-blown investigation. And this way of thinking, it really builds on itself over time. You start off just asking simple things like why and how. Then you start to realize that every answer you find just opens up even more interesting questions. And that leads to the best part, where you start figuring out how to design your own ways to find the answers. And honestly, this is the heart of the whole thing. Anybody can memorize a list of facts from a book, but the real power of science, it's in the process. It's learning how to be an active explorer, not just a passenger. It's about building the skills to go out and discover things for yourself. So how do we actually do that? How do we become these explorers? Well, there's this brilliant metaphor for this kind of thinking. It's all about keeping two very different but equally important things in balance. Check this out. On one hand, you've got the root of a tree, dug deep and holding firm in the ground. And on the other, you have a kite, just soaring and dancing freely in the sky. This is a perfect, and I mean perfect, symbol for how a great scientific mind works. Let's break that down a bit. The root part, that's all about staying grounded in reality. It's about careful observation, building on what we already know for sure, and sticking to the hard evidence. But the kite? Well, that's our imagination. That's our creativity. It's the freedom to ask what if, to dream up new possibilities, and just let our curiosity soar. And you absolutely need both. Think about it. Without the roots, your kite of an idea just drifts away with no direction. But without the kite, your roots are just stuck in the mud, never growing into anything new.